due to network problem, we are out, Prabhu.
Yes, प्रभु जी.
थोड़ा नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है इसलिए नहीं आ गया.
नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम.
अभी तो ठीक है. ఇప్పుడు బానే ఉంది ప్రభు. ఇప్పుడు బానే ఉంది.
ఓకే ప్రభు జీ.
హరే కృష్ణ.
So So we'll start with a small kirtan. Bhajahure mana Sri Nandananda. Bhajahure mana Sri Nandananda. Abhaya Sharanaravi. Bhajahure mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Sharanara Vindare. Bhajahure mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Sharanara Vindare. Durlabha Manava Janama Satsange. Durlabha Manava Janama Satsange. Saraho Evava Sindhure. Abhaya Sharanara Vindare. Sita-tapa Vatabarisana Edina Jamini Jagire. Sita-tapa Vatabarisana Edina Jamini Jagire. Vipale Sevinu Vipana Durajana. Vipale Sevinu Vipana Durajana. Kapala Sukalava Nagire. Abhaya Sharanara Vindare. Edana Yauvana Putra Parijana Edeke Ase Para Titire. Edana Yauvana Putra Parijana Edeke Ase Para Titire. Kamala Jala Jala Jivana Tanamala. Kamala Jala Jala Jivana Tanamala. Bhajahu Hari Para Nitire. Abhaya Sharanara Vindare. Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Sevana Dasyare. Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Sevana Dasyare. Pujana Sakhi Jana Atma Nivedana. Pujana Sakhi Jana Atma Nivedana. Govinda Dasana Vilashare. Abhaya Sharanara Vindare. Bhajahure mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Sharanara Vindare. Abhaya Sharanara Vindare.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Oh mind, just worship the lotus feet of the son of Nanda, which makes one fearless. Having obtained this rare human birth, cross over this ocean of worldly existence through the association of saintly persons. Both in the day and at night, I remain sleepless, suffering the pains of heat and cold, the wind and the rain. For a fraction of flickering happiness, I have uselessly served wicked and miserly men. What assurance of real happiness is there if all of the one's wealth, youthfulness, sons, and family members? This life is a tottering like a drop of water on a lotus petal. Therefore, you should always serve and worship the divine feet of Lord Hari. If it is the desire and great longing of the Govinda Dasa to engage himself in the ninth process of bhakti, namely hearing the glories of Lord Hari, chanting those glories, constantly remembering him and offering prayers to him, serving the Lord's lotus feet, serving the Supreme Lord as a servant, worshipping him with flowers and incense and so forth, serving him as a friend and completely offering the Lord one's very self. Before proceeding to our session, let us seek pleasure. Let us seek shelter from Guru Parampara. Om
चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं
स्थापितं भूतले
स्वयं रूपा कदमह्यं
वन्देऽहं
श्रीगुरो
श्रीयुतपदकमलं
श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं
सहगणा
रघुनाथान्वितं
सजीवं
साद्वैतं
सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश राधा नमोस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी कृष्णभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नाइष्टकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतिषे नमः नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च जगत्कृताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam brahmayate giri. Yat kripatam hammaye Shri Guru Deenatarinam. Oma pavitra pavitro va sarvastastam gato priya. Yasmaret pundarekaksham sabaya abhyantaram suti. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Once again, I thank all of you for taking your precious 3 hours of time to listen to this session. Once again, I would like to remind you that I am nobody's guru. I am just repeating what what Krishna has spoken and revealed by various acharyas in the disciplic line of succession. If there is any mistake that I have committed in this session or in this whole SSR series, it is because of my false ego. Please excuse me for all the hassles that I have written for. Hare Krishna. Today, before going into the does God exist, we'll see about why should we chant Hare Krishna. What is the benefit and what is the use of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? For to attain some knowledge, we need to have certain process. In the coming session, there is going to be some highest knowledge revealed to you. In order to understand that highest knowledge, you need a certain process. You need a certain level of consciousness to be developed. Chanting Hare Krishna, chanting this mantra will increase your consciousness, so that you will be able to understand and assimilate the knowledge which is going to be presented in the future sessions. This personally I can see. Early 2 years before, when I attended the same session, I was not so chanting. But and in the second session or third session, I could not understand it. My Shiksha Guru, His Grace Leelan Prabhu, had helped me to chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra and see the changes. I sincerely followed this mantra and started to chant more and more. Then I could realize what is the knowledge behind it. Till then, it was something going away from my head. So, what does the word mantra mean? Mantra has 2 words, man and tra. Mantra means manastrayate iti mantra. Means it is a mantra which delivers you with the help of your mind. We generally think that mind and we are one same entity, but it is not like that. Mind and we are different entities. Generally, it's a mind that is guiding us or taking away from our goals. The general tendency of a mind is to be fearful of the past or fear of the future. It thinks what it doesn't have. It thinks about what you don't want. That is the nature of the mind. How can we sustain with this mind? Can we control this mind? It is even in the material world, in the material seminars, we can see so many mind management techniques going on. People are doing certain meditation on candle, meditation on some light, and meditation on the void. Yes, that's something. Sometimes it may work. Why does it work? We have 24 hours of time. We are doing some nonsense in the 24 hours of time. Sitting for 1 hour and doing nothing will definitely give you peace. But in the long run, meditation on void or candle or under the pyramid doesn't going to help you. The mantra should be given from the authorized scripture. Then only the mind gets stabilized and you can control your mind to attain the higher self. In the next session, in the fourth session, we will be seeing the modes of material nature. These Rajo, Tamo, and Sattva Guna are influencing our mind. Then how can I control this mind? Without such. See, sometimes when we are depressed in a depressive state or when we are having some problem, we listen to some nice music, right? How many of you like to listen to a music when you are unhappy? Can you please, I do, in the chat box. If you are listening to a nice music to calm your mind. Can you please? Ganesh Prabhuji, do you listen to music when you are unhappy or feeling tired?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you for coming. Surya Lakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Swaraji, please go ahead. Do you listen to music when you are upset or feeling tired or sad? Sorry, I cannot hear you. Okay, Shailaja Mataji is confirmed that she is also listening to music. Yes, we all listen to certain music. Why do we listen to music? Because that sound has a certain effect on our mind. A soothing sound gives a mind a nice things. Like we listen to Ghatasala music, or we listen to some Annamaya Kirtan, or we listen to motivational songs. Yes, definitely, sound has a definite effect on our mind and our consciousness. It cools down. But imagine what if the sound comes from an authorized scripture, which has the highest potential. It will be having a capacity to elevate your consciousness to the highest modes. Don't you agree? That's why when a mantra is given to you, when one authorizes scriptures, it will have an effect. Here, even here it says, Krishna says, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of the friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. In this present day corona situation, we are so tensed. We are so worried to go out of our house. How it may affect us. We are so tense. We are worried about the vaccine, whether it comes or not, whether it will be helpful for me or not. So people are so much tensed. And not only that, there you can see that some suicides are happening because TikTok is banned. Why? She has gone into the depression state. Why? Because she could not control her mind. In that situation, her mind is the greatest enemy for them. But for those who can control your mind, it will guide you into the right direction. Many times it will here because of all the material modes like Rajo, Tamo, and Sattva Guna, our mind gets misdirected from our main focus. Even if you don't control your mind, sustaining in this material world, doing the material activity is an impossible task. What to speak of a spiritual activity? When Krishna said to control, when Krishna has given certain steps to control the mind, like sitting in a yogic posture, closing your eyes, focusing on your feet, these are the various kinds of yoga tips was given by Krishna to Arjuna. But what did Arjuna say? The mind is a restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think it is more difficult than controlling the mind. Even Arjuna, the greatest of the warriors, Arjuna, Even the greatest of warriors, Arjuna, has difficulty in control. What is the greatest of Arjuna? When he went to heaven to meet his father Indra, after the assembly he has finished, I think what it was called, Menaka has tempted him. Apsara has tempted him to accept her as his wife, but he rejected her on saying that you are like my mother. I can see only mother in you. I cannot accept you as my wife. So such is the state of Arjuna. Even he is not bewildered by apsaras and many women, beautiful women. In this age, modern age, people will fall for that. But Arjuna was so strong in controlling his mind, to control his lust. Even that kind of Arjuna is saying such kind of statements that I cannot control my mind. I can control wind in my hand. I can stop wind in my hand, but I cannot control my mind. What should I do? Then, what is the situation? What is our situation then? Can we control our mind without anything? It is impossible. Then Krishna says, O mighty armed Arjuna, son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and meditation. What is Krishna saying to Arjuna? Yes, it is very difficult, but with a suitable practice, you can be able to control it. There needs to be a practice, and there should be some detachment, and that will help you control your mind. The part of bhakti is true natural process of controlling the mind. All other process. Many people say you can do all the nonsense. There are many institutions which say do all the nonsense, nothing will happen to you. I am there to take you. Do this meditation on void. Nothing. It is better. I will take you, but that's not going to help you. It is only the path of bhakti, but that is the path which can allow you to control your mind. All spiritual advancement without mind control is simply illusion. If anybody says that there is no need to control your mind and that is a spirituality, sorry, it is not a spiritual advancement. Spirituality is when we are trying to control our mind, then we are advancing in our spirituality. Many people think that only Hare Krishnas are chanting on the beats. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No other persons are chanting. But you can see in Christianity, they chant on the rosary beads. One day I was supposed to meet a person, a Christian priest, who was in a flight. He was chanting on rosary beads. He was chanting the holy names of Jesus Christ. He was continuously chanting Jesus Christ. I don't know what is mantra, I don't remember it. But he was chanting the names of Jesus Christ on the rosary beads. Even in Buddhism, we have some Taoists or something, they chant the names of Buddha on the beads. Even in Islam, we have surah beads. On the surah beads, they chant the holy names of Allah. What do you think that Shiva is meditating? He is also chanting. He is a topmost person, topmost devata in our material world. What is he doing? He is also chanting the holy names of Rama. So every bona fide religion has a process of chanting on the holy beads. Without the chanting on the holy beads, there is no such religion. Is there any doubts up till this point? Any clarification required?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. See, many of us know the Vishnu Sahasranama. Many people will chant the Vishnu Sahasranama 10 times, 100 times. So what is there in the Vishnu Sahasranama? What is Bhishma advising Yudhishthira? What was Yudhishthira's question to Bhishma? Ko dharma sarva dharmanam bhavata paramatah kim japan muchyate jantur janma samsara bandhana. It is said, What do you consider the best of all the religious process? Yudhishthira is asking Bhishma. What mantra should one chant to become free from bondage of repeated birth and death? The highest person who is devotee of Krishna, he is asking, what is the right process? What is the process with which I can be free from this bondage? Esha me sarva dharmanam dharmodi katamo matah yat bhaktya pundarikaksham savaiga tena narasata. It is, I think, the best of all spiritual activities. What is best of all spiritual activities is to continuously and devotedly worship lotus-eyed Krishna. It is mentioned clearly that you need to worship Lord Krishna continuously by reciting prayers glorifying Him and describing His holiness. What is that? You have to worship Lord Krishna by glorifying Him and by describing His holiness. Svam Nama Sahasrena Purusa Satado Titaha. One should enthusiastically glorify Him by chanting the Vishnu. What is the best way of glorifying? His best way of glorifying is chanting His holiness. Vishnu Sahasranama. We have to do enthusiastically. Even in Mukunda Mala Stotra, by great Kulashekar Alvar, it is said, O tongue, please constantly chant the mantra composed of Sri Krishna and snakes. This is the only mantra for destroying all enemies. The mantra worshipped by every word of the Upanishads. The mantra that uproots samsara. The mantra that drives away all darkness of ignorance. Mantra for attaining infinite opulence. Mantra for curing those bitten by poisonous snake. And the mantra for making one's birth. What is this mantra? Even the Upanishads personified, Vedas personified, are saying that Krishna's name is to be glorified. This is the mantra which drives me from darkness to ignorance, darkness to light, ignorance to knowledge. So this is the type of mantra which we take, the holy names of Krishna. We sing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We generally see Hare Krishna mantra with the open arms. Why do we do with the open arms? What is the reason behind raising the arms and sing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? See, in most of the time, instead of verbal communication, your body language speaks more. Do you think a child sits and cries like this without any expression? It cries with the open arms to his parents. Oh mother, take me up to your arms. Please console me. I am unable to bear this pain. It cries with open arms. We are the children of God. So when we raise our arms, when we say that we are in a crying situation, we are in a desperate situation for you, please lift me, or rather, please lift me in your arms. Please take me away from this material world. Please take me from this material existence which is full of miseries. So that's why we sing Hare Krishna with the open arms. In a verse 6 it is said by Chaitanya Prabhu, Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrapita Niyamita Smaranena Kalam. Eta Drishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Gurdaivam Idrisham Ihajani Narada. What does it mean? Oh my Lord, your holy name alone can render all the benediction to the all living entities. And thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Lord Krishna, Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast tools for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am unfortunate that I have not. What is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying here? The whole potency of Krishna, whole energy of Krishna is invested in his name, your holy names like Krishna, Govinda, Hare. When you chant this Maha Mantra, we will be indirectly in touch with the Lord Krishna. We are experiencing the energies of Lord Krishna, but ultimately we are not able to take the benefit. But since we will be continuing our mantra. And the best thing is there are no hard and fast tools for this. You should not. Like you should be doing, like for example, in Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra should be only be done by a Brahmana initiated person. And sitting at a particular direction facing east, he has to do the Gayatri Mantra so many number of times. This is not, Gayatri Mantra is not given to everybody. But what about other people who are not Brahman initiated? What about how can they attend it? So Krishna has seen that this situation in the modern Kali Yuga. We do not have any time. So how can we achieve that same success? So he has given this Hare Krishna mantra. There are no hard and fast rules. You can do any time, right from the morning to the evening. You can do any times. So that's why this is called a Maha Mantra. So, how many yugas do you have? Anybody can answer. How many yugas do we have?
4.
4. Hari Bol. We have 4 yugas. What are they? Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga,
Kali Yuga,
and Kali Yuga. These are the 4 yugas which in this particular Mahayuga. So what are the effects? What are the aspects of these 4 yugas? The golden age. Satya Yuga is the first golden age. It has 1,07,28,000 years. It is unimaginable, right? It is 1,07,28,000 years. The process of self-realization. Every person's duty is to be self-realized. In the age of Satya Yuga, the process of self-realization is in the meditation of Vishnu. If the situations were very favorable, the people who are born in the Satya Yuga age were all self-satisfied with whatever they had, and they used to meditate on the Vishnu's form. During this Yuga, the majority of the population is situated in a mode of goodness. They are in the Sattva Guna. So this gives direct elevation into a higher state of consciousness. Every situation is favorable to them. The time of death or transcendence was chosen at will. There is no problem of disease and old age in those days. Only birth and death. And even those death was in the hands of the rishis who are doing tapasya there, who are doing meditation on Vishnu. There is no problem of old age and disease. The average lifespan at the beginning of the Yuga is 100,000 years. Average height was 32 feet. Imagine the 32 feet person. Such is the situation of the Satya Yuga. Next is Treta Yuga. This is a silver age where the whole time span of the Yuga has come down to 1,29,2,96,000. In this age, the self-realization is the performance of opulent techniques. See, like Rama used to do many Ashwamedha yajnas. There are so many rishis like Dasharatha, saintly kings like Dasharatha, and people who used to perform opulent yajnas. They have even conducted this one, so many hundreds of Ashwamedha yajnas. So how do you think a yajna should be performed? There should be separate space where fireplace should be performed, and all Brahmanas who are there should be in the same consciousness and chanting the same consciousness. Nowadays, we do so many yajnas. We do so like Rudra Homam, so many Narsimha Homams. Everything we'll do. We'll do ghee and like fire. We'll do a whole lots of things. Do you think that is a benefit for now? It is said in the Shastras that ghee used for yajna, it should be so pure that it should be extracted the day morning from the cow itself. You should milk the cow in that morning in the Brahma Muhurta stage. We have to take that milk and churn it yourself and become a butter. Take out the butter. Using that butter at the right temperature, you have to make a ghee. and that ghee is to be poured into the yajna hunda. Devatas will not be satisfied if you put a ghee which is purchased at 200 rupees from the nearby store. Can we perform such a yajna in these days? Even it is said that Yudhishthira and the people like them has put gold, molten gold or gold into the yajna. Can we put 1 gram of gold in that? We don't put. It's impossible to put even 1 gram also. How can we achieve this yajna here in this present situation? It's not possible. The average lifespan is 10,000 years. Human used to live for 10,000 of years, and average height is 21 feet. The godly qualities decrease 1/4 compared to the Satyuga. That God consciousness come down. It is during this time that Varnashrama Dharma. This Varnashrama Dharma was introduced in the Treta Yuga, like Kshatriya, Brahmana, Sudra, and Vaishya. And Brahmana, Sannyasa, Grihastha, all these ashramas were introduced for elevate our consciousness to the godly consciousness. Varnashrama system was formed. Even it is difficult to follow this Varnashrama in this present days. You cannot become like that. It is during the one Veda was orally transmitted from Guru. In those days, the Vedas was a whole one bunch was given by the Guru to disciple orally. Because when a Shishya has disciple will remember each and every verse orally. Can we remember 700 slokas of Bhagavad Gita now? It's impossible. Even we can see how our memory has come down. We do not remember even our personal context. Even our mother number, even we don't remember it. How is it possible to remember all the Vedas like that? So later it was given as a book format or electronic format for now. In Dwapar Yuga, it is called the Bronze Age, where it is 8,64,000 years. The process of self-realization is worship of deities within the temple. Next, we got a deity worship. Earlier, Devatas, all the Mukkoti Devatas, they were unable to do the deity worship. So they went to Narada for inquiring how to do the deity worship. How can I do the deity worship? So Narada, in his Narada Pancharatra, in his 5 days, in Narada Pancharatra Vidhi, he explained all the process of the deity worship, which he himself got it from the Badrinarayan and Badrikashram. That knowledge he is revealed to the Devatas in Narada Pancharatra Vidhi. Is it possible? How do you know how deity worship is done? There are 7 types of artis that to be performed. Right from the morning 4 o'clock to the night, you have to perform 7 artis. You have to change the dress for every arati. For every arati, there is a particular type of dress to be given. There's a particular type of worship to be done. Is it possible for us at home, sitting at home, to do this deity worship? It is impossible. It requires a lot of commitment. Even the deity is not to be seen as a simple murti. We should treat it as a person sitting there. We should treat them as a person. How we are treating to our child, brushing the child, even we have to brush the deities in the morning. We have to do the snana. We have to make him sleep. All those things are there in the deity worship. These things are given in the Pancharatrika Vidhi. Even sitting at home, it is impossible, it is difficult for us to do the deity worship. The average lifespan is 1,000 years. Average height is 11 feet. You can see how much Ashwadama, imagine how much Ashwadama, Krishna height would be. There are battles between many kingdoms and between the godly and demonic. Here there are separation between the godly and demonic. There are 2 separate entities, God and demons. Godly and ungodly can take birth. Now here, in the earlier Yuga, God and demon used to be in different Yuga, in Treta Yuga. God and demon, like Hiranyakashipu. It is one thing I forgot. In Treta Yuga, Hiranyakashipu was torturing the Prahlad Maharaj. Do you know that what is the age of Prahlad Maharaj when Hiranyakashipu met him? It was Prahlad's age was 5 years. But it is known that Hiranyakashipu went to meditation for 10,000 years. When Hiranyakashipu went for 10,000 years, how can a child be 5-year-old? Isn't it a logical question? Logical doubt, we'll get it. Now we can say that your scriptures are wrong. I'll tell you how it is possible. Scientists in recent times, they have all concluded that the time duration in the moon is different from time duration on the earth. It is 4 times lower. So when you go to the moon and come back, you will be much more younger. Go to the moon and come back. When you do space travel, you will for the same 24 hours, you will take less time. So 4 days is equal to 1 day on Earth. So Hiranyakashipu was meditating on different planet, and when Kayadu was kidnapped, and when Narada rescued her, it was on a different planet. These two are on different planets. Hiranyakashipu was meditating on one planet, and Prahlad was born on a different planet. 10,000 years on one planet was equal to 5 years on the Prahlad's planet. This is the situation. Even science has proved that this variation time varies. When you travel from different planets higher to lower, there is a change in your time periods. So even godly in Dwapar Yuga, even godly and non-godly persons are born in the same person. Like you see Kauravas and Pandavas, they are born in the same person. The Vedas are divided for people with different natures. Here we started. We have Rajo, Tamo, and Sattva Guna. During this stages, all these Vedas, Upanishads, and Puranas were categorized into Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and Sattva-guna scriptures. These scriptures deal with Tamoguna persons. These kind of scriptures will deal with Rajoguna. These type of scriptures will deal with Sattva-guna. This we will see in the next session on the scriptures. Human lives were with a predominance of modern passion. Now the mode of passion and ignorance started to increase. You can see this Lord Narasimha Swami temple Vigraha, which was obtained from Germany, which was dated to 40,000 years. This is in Germany. So the influence of this Dwapar Yuga was there even in Germany and all the places. Now it's Kali Yuga. This Kali Yuga is the age of hypocrisy and quarrel. What does hypocrisy mean? I don't mean what I speak. I speak something and I do something. This we can see in many days. Like even in offices when management. Today I speak that I will do this one, but I don't mean it. I mean I'll say orally thank you, but I don't mean a thank you. I don't actually mean, because he has given me orally, I will say thank you, but I don't be grateful to him. So who is serving me a coffee or a tea, I don't be grateful to him. Just from the lips I say thank you. This is the hypocrisy. We don't mean what we say. And quarrel. Where even smallest problem, when a small discrepancy between these two persons triggers a problem. One will say that you are pressing toothpaste from bottom. Others say, why did you press bottom? You should press from the top. Then quarrel starts. For such a small thing, pressing a toothpaste either from bottom or up, what does it make a difference? Ultimately, toothpaste comes out. But even if there's a small such situation, quarrels happen. And it leads to biggest problem. This Yuga lasts for 4,32,000 years, out of which we have only covered 5,000 odd years. Till we are 4,27,000 years. This is the Iron Age. In this Iron Age, this first 10,000 years are the golden age for us, where we can do that. We can follow this spirituality. After 10,000 years, it is impossible to practice spirituality. Everywhere, when Gaur Kali Yuga starts, everywhere quarrels happen in this a lot of quarrels. It is impossible to have spirituality. The saintly person, those who are practicing little spirituality, also has to go to the caves and settle there. That is a very disaster situation in next 5,000 after 5,000 years. When you see the Bhavishya Puran or Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 12, you will understand what is going to be in Kali Yuga. That we will be seeing in the next session, third session, when we speak about Srimad Bhagavatam, what it is giving, what is the future we have. The process of self-realization is Sankirtana, the chanting of holy names. Except this thing, we do not have any possibility to do for self-realization. We cannot understand ourselves and we cannot understand our relationship between God and us. Only the process is Sankirtana Yajna. The average lifespan is only 100 years. Average height is 1.6 meters. At the end of Kali Yuga, we will be at the size of a monkey, small monkey. Our height comes from 6 feet to small monkey. Imagine the situation. Rulers will be cruel, greedy, and self-serving. We can see this self-serving. Those who rule us are very self-centered person. Their idea is to rule themselves, to accumulate so much money by way of taxes. They harass people. They doesn't bother about what people are thinking about, what is the condition of the people. They are self-centered. By the end, men will be savage gods who live, even living up to 25 years is considered to be great in the Kali Yuga. The godly and ungodly live now. The god and demon and the devata both are sitting in the same body. In one situation, in one of the talks, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, there are two kinds of dogs sitting in our heart. One is good dog and another is bad dog. In the present Kali Yuga, the bad dog is barking more. He is having the highest barking. The sound of the bad dog is more. The good dog is calm. Now, how do you make the good dog bark more than a bad dog? Can anybody explain how can we elevate this good dog and reduce this bad dog? Anita Mataji, can you explain?
By beating the good dog.
Yes, Mataji?
By beating the good dog, it will bark more.
By feeding the good dog. Thank you, Mataji, for answering. Yes. By feeding the good dog. Presently, the good dog is weaker. When you feed the good dog more and more and starve this bad dog, automatically the sound of the good dog increases. How can we increase? How can we feed the good dog? By chanting the holy names, by reading scriptures, in the association of devotees. When you do all these things, the good dog starts nourishing and the bad dog starts deteriorating. Ultimately, only the good dog survives. Humans live with predominance of mode of ignorance. We are in a mode of ignorance. See, this picture you can see, the last picture is the description given in the Shastra, which happened in the previous Kali Yuga. The previous Kali Yuga there are fatal diseases, hunger and drought. This has happened in the previous Kali Yuga. Now we can see so many diseases are coming, like corona. All those corona finishes, another flu starts. So this Kali Yuga period is a flow of these diseases. And so there are so many hungers going on. And there is a drought. There will be drought. This is going to be our Kali Yuga situation. So what is the so far I have said so many things. What is the Shastric evidence of all this? We rely on Shastric evidence, right? What is the Shastric evidence? Brihad Naradiya Puran says, Harer Nama eva kevalam, Kalo nasti eva gatinaneka. For spiritual progress in this age of Kali, there is no alternative to the holy name. It was stressed 3 times. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. And Nasti Eva. Why do you think they have given this 3 times? In this age of Kali Yuga, we don't listen for the first time. Even if you say the second time, we don't listen. But when you say Hare Rama third time, oh, yes. Now what are you saying? Our consciousness starts. First two, we don't react. The third time when they say, yes, what is there? So it is there. It was given specifically stressed. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. There is no other process, no other process, no other process, except for the chanting of this holy name. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Yajnanam Japa Yajnosmi. Krishna says, I am that Japa which you do. I am that Japa. If you chant my holy names, I am that Japa. The Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.51, it is said, Kaler dosha nile rajan asti he eko mahan guna kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha param braje. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from bondage and be promoted to transcendental kingdom. So this age of Kali Yuga is full of faults. Wherever you see, there is a fault. But there is one good quality. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we can become free from this. Here I remember one story of four sages. One senior sage was doing his Sandhya Vandana, and other sages were sitting on a bank and discussing about different, like we are discussing different types of yoga and what are the benefits of the yoga. So one person is in favor of Satya Yuga. He says that everything is favorable in Satya Yuga. So we can have simply do the meditation peacefully. There is no disturbance of old age and disease. So it is very peaceful. So it should be the highest of the Yuga. Then second Rishi says, Treta Yuga is the best. We can see the Lord Ram in front of our eyes. We can associate with him. And he is performing sacrifices for us. So it is beneficial. And other says Dwapar Yuga. You can see the Supreme Personality of Lordhead directly. What fortune we have? We can see the Krishna standing before us and giving instruction. This should be the most highest crop. All these three rishis were discussing about Satya, Treta, and Dwapar Yuga, but nobody was talking about Kali Yuga. They have rejected Kali Yuga. So, in order to settle the dispute, they went to the senior rishi and asked which Yuga is the best Yuga. So the rishi gave Kali Yuga is the best of all. Why? Because you require 10,000s of years to meditation on Vishnu. You have to do elaborate yajnas. It should be very perfect. Otherwise, sin may incur to you. Even if Krishna was there, like Duryodhana, we might not listen. But the simple process is to chant the holy name. And we regularly chant our holy names. This is the highest we will be transcending this material world. So such a small, every day 2 hours of activity will give you nice results. So that this is the most easiest of all the yoga, but we do not understand what is the benefit of this Hare Krishna Mantra. In the Padma Puran, Uttarakanda 72.25, it is said, Dhyan Krite Yajna Yajnyas Tretayam Dwapar Achayam Yet Apnoti Tat Apnoti Halo Sankirtna Kesha. Here in this verse, it is very clear that whatever we have discussed, this is the process of self-realization in every yuga. Whatever achieved in meditation on Satya Yuga, by performance of sacrifice in Treta Yuga, and by worship of Lord Krishna's lotus feet in the Dwapar Yuga, is obtained in the age of Kali. Simply by glorifying the name of Lord Krishna. Whatever results we are getting from the previous Yuga, if we chant the holy names of Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna, the same results will be obtained. So what is the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? This Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This 16 words mantra has three major words: Hare, Krishna, and Rama. Hare is the energy. By word we say Hare, it is actually Hara. Hara means energy of the Lord. Hare is a powerful word that directly addresses the energy. Who is that energy of Lord? Srimati Radharani. We are addressing the energy of Krishna himself. First, Hare through the process of Hare. Then Krishna. Akarsha, Sarva Akarsha iti Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. Sarva Akarsha iti Krishna. So Krishna means all attractive. Krishna is the name of the Supreme Personality of God who attracts us. And Rama, it is all pleasure. Rama means reservoir of the pleasure, the Balarama aspect. We need a strength of a spiritual master or Balarama's Balarama's potency in order to access Krishna through his energies. The whole meaning of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra now translates to, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in the loving service of Lord Krishna. You are asking your mother to engage you in the service of Krishna. So this is the potency of the Maha Mantra. This is the meaning of Maha Mantra. Generally, we don't approach our father. We approach through the mother. When mother says, father has to accept it. So we take a step through the energy and ask her to engage in the service of Krishna. In a Palastruti portion of Sri Vishnu Sahasranama, you can see here, Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varan. Here, Parvati is asking Lord Shiva what he is chanting upon. And Shiva says, I am chanting on the names of Rama. During the creation starts from Krishna. From Krishna, Krishna has expanded himself to Balarama. Balarama is known as Sankarshana. He has four forms: Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. This Sankarshana again transforms into four as Mahavishma Sankarshana. It is on that Mahasankarshana addressed indirectly as Rama. We are addressing as Balarama. That Sankarshana is Shiva is meditating on that Mahasankarshana, that Balarama aspect. We can think about Lord Rama also. But it is said in the scripture that he is meditating on the Balarama aspect of the Lord. That even Balarama is an expansion of Lord Krishna. He is directly accessing the Krishna's name. Even the highest person, highest demigod who is there in this material world, he is chanting the names of Lord Rama. Why don't we chant? Why don't we follow Lord Shiva? In Brahmana Purana, it is said, Sahasranama Punyam Tri Avartya Tu Yat Phalam Ekavratya Tu Krishnaya Namikam Tat Prayachati. Earlier we have said that one name of Rama is equal to 1,000 names of Vishnu. One name of Rama is equal to 1,000 names of Vishnu. Means if I say Rama, I have done Vishnu Sahasranama. Here it is Brahma is saying that if I say if I utter Krishna, I am uttering three times Rama. Means 3,000 names of Vishnu. So if you calculate, if you do mathematical calculation of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Here we have one Rama name equal to 1,000 names, 1,000 Vishnu names. One Krishna name is equal to 3 Rama names. So here we have 4 names of Krishna. Means 4 into 3,000 is 12,000. 4 names of Rama equal to 4,000 names of, this is calculation. So in one round of Maha Mantra, we have 16,000 names of Vishnu. In 108 Mahala of Maha Mantra, we have 17,28,000. We have to do one day of chanting 16 rounds. 17 lakhs of 28,000 names of Vishnu we are chanting it. It's equivalent to chanting 17 lakhs 28,000. Here you may get a doubt. Why only 108? Why not 95? Why not 54? Or not 108? Not more than 108. We know that Krishna has 16,108 eyes. It's 16,000 gopis and 1,008 principal gopis. These 108 are the principal gopis which you are chanting. The whole round of mala are considered as the principal gopis of the Krishna. When we go through all these gopis, we will be achieving the Krishna who is sitting at the Meru. The Meru is called, you can see, I will show you. This Meru is called, is represented as Krishna, and remaining 108 beads are the principal gopis of Krishna. Not only that, from the different acharyas, I came to know that these 108 are also the 108 Upanishads. When we chant one full round of 108 beads, we are mastering all 108 Upanishads directly. We do not have to go and sit and read all the Upanishads. When you chant this one round of Manthra, you are mastering all the 108 Upanishads. So, like this, there are n number of reasons why 108 is a holy number. 108 is a holy number. Because of this, I have to hold only two reasons. They're innumerable. So that's why we chant only one. We chant one round contains 108 round 108 names of Krishna. So in this call, there are few new devotees who are being introduced to this process. Even for the senior devotees, see, this is the chanting bead chanting back, and this is the beads. Normally, when Guru gives us initiation, we will be chanting on the Tulsi Mala. For now, before initiation, we will be doing on the neem beads. So here there are 108 beads and a Meru. So we'll start with like this. So we'll not use this index finger, and we'll be holding this on the third finger and supported by a thumb finger, and this chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You can see this. So this is how whole mantra will be chanted on this one bead. Like this, we will be chanting up to 108 beads. When we reach the last bead, we will not cross this Meru, but we'll rotate and start again. Like this, we'll be doing up to 16 rounds. So in this bead bag, we'll be having an index. There is a hole over here. You can see a hole, two big holes. One fits for my wrist and one fits for my finger. So bring the finger out and do the chanting. So I humbly request all of you to chant at least one round of those who are new. They can start with one round of Maha Mantra. I can see there are 16 round chanters also. There are people, persons like even at the age of 9, even in the 9th class, they are doing 8 rounds. Even BTech, they are doing 16 rounds. It's possible to do 16 rounds. Day 1, it is not possible to chant 16 rounds. We'll start with one round. I request all the devotees to chant at least one round every day. Then we will be able to understand what is being presented over in this session. So this finishes the first portion of our today's session. Is there any doubts? So any clarifications in this on chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra?
No, Prabhuji.
Is everything fine? Ganesh Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
No, how to
Mataji?
hold the beads, how to do the chanting with the bag.
How to do chanting with the bag? So this is the bead bag which I have provided. We have one big hole over here. We can insert our hand inside it. Then there is a small hole on the front end where you can put your index finger. This index finger is not used for chanting. So start with a Meru. Hold like this. Rest it on your third finger. This is the third finger, ring finger. Hold it on here. and with the thumb you will rotate one by one towards yourself like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So this whole mala will be inside your bead bag. So this whole mala will be in the bead bag. From the small hole, you will have this finger out and do the mala Hare Krishna, as I showed earlier outside. That we are doing it inside. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is the process we'll be doing. It is better to have a good posture. It is better to have a good, nice posture and a secluded place, and with good pronunciation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We will be doing this Hare Krishna mantra. Is it okay, Mataji, for Anita Mataji? Could you get it?
Yes. Yes.
If you have any further clarification, you can call me. I will be able to answer you also.
Okay. Thanks.
So next we will be going into our main session. Our main session, does God exist? So many people will believe God, whether it's a God exists or is it a human conception of mind. Here I want to ask you, by hearing the word God, what comes to your mind? Can you answer one by one? Can you say what comes into you? What question comes to you when you hear the word God? Ganesh Prabhu, Anita Mataji?
One who protects us.
One who is
Protects us.
protector. Ganesh Prabhuji?
The supreme entity.
I didn't get you.
The supreme entity.
Oh, supreme entity. Any more question? Any more? Dixit Prabhuji? So what do you remember when you hear about God?
Who protects us, Dilbar?
I didn't get you.
Who protects us, my proposal?
Who protects us? So these are the things. One who is a protector, one who is a supreme entity, one who is a highest entity. These are the majority concepts, majority of words which we hear when we think about God. Even in modern days, we are somehow introduced to God, but there are some people who think that God is a person who is an old person with a full beard. The children are thinking that God is when we say God is the highest person, as the senior most person, they think that God is an old person with the wrinkles and big beard over there. This is most of the conception in a modern age. Actually, this session of God, does God exist, we can complete in half an hour. It's possible. I can give you some slokas and say that yes, God does exist. But before that, in each and every one of us, there is an atheist sitting. Manlo nastipudu unnadu. There is an atheist sitting inside all of us. My first goal is to bring that atheist before us and see what are the atheistic philosophies that we are listening, what are the atheistic ideas which we personally have. First few slides, my goal is to bring that atheist out of us. So some common atheistic arguments. What are the atheistic arguments which we see here? What is the proof that he exists? If we can't see him, why believe that? If I cannot see him, why should I believe it? Whether he doesn't exist or not, why should I believe? This mentality is like a frog in the well mentality. You know a frog which is born in the well, thinks size of the sea with respect to its own well. సముద్రాన్ని తన ఓన్ నోయితో కంపేర్ చేస్తుంది. It compares the whole sea. It says that whether the sea is 10 times more than my well or it is 100 times more. It is many millions of times more than its own well. When these atheistic persons think that I cannot see him, I don't believe him. We are thinking in the line of a frog in the well. With the narrow conception of our mind, narrow conception which we have, it is not possible to see the God directly. Even we cannot direct. Tomorrow, if I ask you to go and meet CM, is it possible tomorrow to go and meet Chandrasekhar Rao? It is impossible to meet. You need to take some appointment. You need to give such information that what is the main idea of visiting him. So even if we cannot meet our own CM that day, how can we expect God to be visible with our limited conception? This is our atheistic philosophy. We don't believe until we see it. Next, the idea of God was introduced to explain a phenomenon in nature, but science is now able to do that. And one day science will fully explain everything. There is no need. See, this is a very common. They say that the idea was given by some rishis. So there is a highest person who is watching you. So to explain certain natural concepts which they don't even have. So to make us believe that this works under certain direction, they have introduced an artificial concept of God, and the phenomena of nature will be explained. But today science is going to explain. So in future, I don't require any God. And science is going to explain. Science అని చెప్తున్నప్పుడు God అన్న పని ఏంటి? That is also one of the atheistic idea which we can see. If God exists, why is there so much suffering? Why is it cruel to that he allows his దేవుడు అంటూ ఒకటి ఉంటే ఎందుకు ఇవన్నీ చేస్తాడు? This is one of the biggest question that people nowadays are also asking. దేవుడు అంటూ ఒకటి ఉంటే why did he allow corona to come inside? Why so many deaths is happening? Because there are so many innocent children. Why your God has introduced the corona? Why can't he stop now? These are one of the atheistic questions.
Actually, Prabhu.
I didn't get you. Shall I repeat you that again?
No, Prabhu. No.
Okay. The idea of God has been introduced simply to ensure morality and good behavior. దేవుడు పెడితే we will be leading a moral life. That is the only purpose of God. There is no other purpose. This is one of the atheistic. There is no other purpose of God, only to introduce you good behavior. This is one of the atheistic concept. So I asked you what do you think about what is your idea about God? I can read your mind and say that these are the questions which we also have. These are there on our mind, but you did not reveal it. Every person more or less will have the same set of questions. See, I listed here. Why so many rituals? What is the use? Just focus on. There are so many rituals. You do harti like this, do harti from left to right to left, from here to here. There are certain processes going on. You have to pour like this, you have to put mudra like this. So why all these rituals? We just focus on God. We don't want all these rituals. These rituals are a template. This is a guideline, a template. This is a process played to awaken our dormant love. See, an example: a boy loves a girl. When he goes to a proposal, when he proposes a girl, will he take a rose or a cauliflower? Why only rose? Why not cauliflower? Why this should be there? So there is a particular template given for the proposal that a red rose only has to be given, not a cauliflower. Similarly, there are to awaken our love for God, there are certain rituals. When we put our spirit into it, This spirit and ritual will become a spiritual activity. We have to understand why these rituals are being done. When we put the spirit aspect of that into our ritual, it will become the spiritual. Second, do people who are afraid go to only people who are afraid go to temples? I don't have any problems. I'm bindas. So I know I would go temple. Do I need to go to temple only when I am afraid my money will go, my job will go, in order to secure? Because of fear, should I go to temple? Is it the only mode to go to temple? That is the one question. Is it cowardly for anyone to go to God when they are worried? See, when we have trouble, we immediately reach our elders like parents, grandparents for help. Is it an act of coward thing? It's not. It is an act of seeking guidance from the elder what can be done in this particular problem. It is not an act of cowardice. So people have a misconception that only those who are covered will go to a temple. Are there two gods? One who created us and one whom we created? This question sprang from the movie called Gopala Gopal. In that movie, he said, there is a nice song where he says, whether he created us or we created him. He says, one. You should answer that whether the concept of God is already existing or which we have created. Is God who made us completely unknowable to us? Is he such a cruel fellow to create us in such a way that he will be unknown to us? Definitely not. He has come to before us so many times to reveal himself through his devotees, through his scriptures, through his mantra. He has come before us, but we are ignorant of him. He did not create. He is not such a cruel that he will hide himself. Is religion made by God man or by God himself? This is one of the questions created by the PK movie. PK has earned so much. So PK movie has given so many doubts, questions, but it never gave any answer. One such question was whether religion is created by a godman or by a god. Can anybody create a religion? Why are we not born with religion stamp? Is there any stamp that this person is a Hindu, this person is a Muslim, this person is Christian? Is there any stamp? Why are we not born with a stamp? That God forget to put a stamp on us? So this we'll see. Why do different religions have different religions? Christianity has certain kind of religion. You have to go there and do. Muslim has namaz for 5 times. Hindu has something. Why are Hare Krishna? Parmashri Mataji has some doubt, it seems. I'm unmuting you. So now it's not muted. Okay. It's we humans, Parmashri Mataji says, it's we humans, we created religion. This concept, people have, it's actually correct. Today's thinking is, people have created a religion, like Christianity, Muslim. This will be clearly explained when we go into the 10th session of religion on a trial, where we will discuss whether in detail with an elaborate session where we'll think what is religion and how God has created this religion. Definitely Mataji, religion is not created by any human, but humans are misusing this religion in the name of religion. We have seen so many communal riots happening between particular sects of religion. They are doing this in the name of religion, but that is not religion. Religion is not created by a human. These are the fanatics who do not have philosophy, what religion is saying, and in the name of religion, they are doing all the nonsense. All the communal rights, all those things are just to show up their ego in the name of the religion. Religion has no such thing that where one religion contradicts the other religion. This we can see in the next scriptures. We have Quran, we have Bible, we have Gita and other Vedas. How these three are in sync. These three religions are not out of sync. These are not man-made religions. These are bona fide religions. We'll see in the next session of scriptures in detail. So for now, it will be understood that religion is not made by a human. Are different religions like different companies with gods and different products? Now they are selling like products. Does the stones made with colored powder become a god? To put one stone, put smear chandan over it, and the next day you can see a lot of movement rotating over it, and new form of god comes up. Is God such a cheap thing to be created by stone, like a stone? If we are worshipping a stone, we would not have walked on this platform. We do prana pratishtha to that particular deity. Then only that it is created as a deity. Otherwise, it's a wide idol. Idol doesn't have any value. When you do prana pratishtha authorizedly by following the scriptures, that will become a deity which is nothing but the Lord Himself. The deity is not a stone; it is a Lord Himself. You do prana pratishtha. When God can hear our prayers everywhere, why do we need to go to a temple? This doubt has come to me when I was in the school days, when I asked my mother, when we are going to Tirupati. I asked, why should we go to Tirupati? Why Lord Balaji will be sitting there? Is he not available in our puja room? We can worship here. Why to go to spend so much money and go there to Tirupati? Why should I go when he can hear here? Here there is one example of an atheist targeting a devotee and saying that, thus, if your God hears your prayers everywhere, if He hears you, you have asked for a bread because you are not having one. Did He provide you a bread? The devotee said no. So that atheist has asked him to go once again to your deity and ask for a bread. The devotee goes there inside the temple again and asks, "Oh God, give me my bread." So when he came out, the atheist asked, "Now did he give you any bread?" The devotee said no. Now that the atheist has taken a bread out of his basket and given it to the devotee. See, now I have given you that. Bread. I seen you hunger. I have given you bread. Your God has not given you bread. But the devotee said, I asked there, and He arranged through you. God will arrange for His devotee through His demons as well. Even He will order the demons to provide food for His devotee. Such is the greatness of my God. So these atheistic people will try to say that only we can do it, but there is no God. There is no God involved. There is no God who is supporting you. Can we not ask questions on faith openly? Why do some people get it? If you go to any house, when you see a puja mandir, and ask why do you worship particular deity? Why do you worship this Durga? Why do you worship Lord Shiva? If you ask them, they get offended. Many people get offended. They say, your God, keep your God yourself, my God myself. Please don't come into this. I have trust in this, and because I'm trusting, I'm worshiping. They do not want to discuss what is there in the altar. Why do they worship such and such God? If you ask them, they will get offended even. why does God not respond to our prayers? When we are praying when we are crying and praying, why doesn't He listen to me? If we do not have answers to this, we are an atheist in the guise of this. Though we have a religious uniform, religious dress, if we cannot answer these questions, even if next our children ask this question, if we are unable to give to them, are we atheist or theist? Do we believe in God? These answers to these all questions are must. Otherwise, we are nothing but atheist. See, when we introduce the concept of God, everybody will say that, oh, you introduce this God, and now you are going to tell me that He has His own life. When I do something, you say that this God doesn't like it. You need to do like this only. You will not give me any freedom to do. This is a major thinking which modern people have. When you introduce the concept of God to them, they do not want this concept of God, because when God or his religious person comes into it, they give you rules and regulations to follow. I don't want such rules. When the concept is either you say that whatever I do is illegal, or does God doesn't like this. And there is another philosophy that there is no God. Now stop worrying and enjoy it. Now this is very peaceful. It's a very peaceful, very encouraging statement. There is nobody seeing you. There is no God. So don't worry about whether God exists or not. Just go on doing whatever you like, and life is to enjoy. There is nobody watching over you. Don't worry about it. Am I sure, 100% sure that there is no God? Am I sure? Even for there is no God? Even I am not sure. People are not sure that God doesn't exist. We cannot prove that God doesn't exist also. Even we cannot say, people are not able to say whether He exists or doesn't exist. So instead of finding what, we leave it. We think that it doesn't exist. If such is our concept, aren't we atheists? You don't believe like that. You are not sure that God exists. We cannot give to our next generation that yes, there is a God and He looks like this. He requires like this. He should be loved like this. Aren't we atheists? Are we forced to accept God? This particular, are we forced that we have to worship particular deity, particular form of God from the childhood? Are we forced because of the family pressure? People will say, this is our traditional God. We should worship Him like this, Him or her like this. You should not disobey it. You should worship, but they won't give you why I should worship Him. Yes, in present day, even our elders are unable to give the answer why I should worship particular type of God. When you ask them, they will say only you should worship him. It is our Kuladaivata or Kuladeva, and you should worship him like this. Out of sentimentality, they will tell you. Are we forced to accept particular type of God? He says, pray kid or God will have you killed. There are many religious teachings saying that if you don't pray to God, you will go to hell. God will kill you, God will punish you. Is God such a cruel fellow to punish everybody for not praying Him? Are we forced to go to hell? Think once. Were our questions answered? See, generally, especially my mothers can relate to it. The child comes to a parent and says, Mommy, why did God let my friend Johnny die? Why did God let him to die? Religious mom, yes, no one knows but only God. It is none for us to. Mom says that only God does it, and He does it for a particular purpose. it is not our purpose to understand why God did like this. Imagine if a child gets particular type of cancer. Will he be able to love God properly? No, he will not be able to love God. He did until and unless you get a convincing answer that children cannot sufficiently progress. Even we see, if I don't get an answer, I won't believe it. If this is such is a situation in present day parents, how can you expect a child to become a devotee or devoted to the Lord? He doesn't get answers. So better don't ask, better don't inquire, and we'll accept that God doesn't exist. There is even, this is a growing up godless. This is one of the best seller books. It says that this really, there are many persons who are misusing this religion, misusing the name of God to show their own ego. Seeing such a situation, there are many communities which are trying to raise their children in a godless way. They say that we let them come to their own conclusions because we want them to grow and exercise their faculty. See, even there are a lot of rishis who are doing tapasya and trying to find where is the God, how does he look like. How can we expect a child who is barely 5-year-old or 6-year-old, who doesn't have enough knowledge, can come up with these things? How can he or she think whether God exists? Until and unless we as a parents or elders inform them. In today's present day, secularism has become a biggest problem. We see that in the constitution, it says our country is a secular country. What does secularity mean? Secularity means I am free to follow whatever religion I want. I can read Bhagavad Gita. If I wish, I can read a Quran. If I wish, I can read a. What is the wrong reading a Bible when I am being a Hindu? And what is the wrong between wrong if I read a Quran or a Bible? Why people are objecting? We should introduce in our schools Bhagavad Gita, Quran, and Bible. What is the wrong in that? A Christian will learn Christian will learn Bible, Muslim will learn Quran, Hindu will learn Bhagavad Gita. Or if we like, anybody can read other religion. Why don't we introduce? Why don't this government introduce all these scriptures and educate our children? Yes, the God exists like this in this way. He looks like this. Why don't? Because they think that whenever God or religion comes, only war comes. This is our worst situation outside. Let us introduce all these things in the school. Does God exist? Maybe. Maybe science is more powerful than God because science is trying to answer. These are the pictures which I obtained from the net itself. These are not made by me. See, in this way, one place, science, how this atheistic science has projecting religion in a bad way. See, there is a children who are limping. By means of various medicines or by means of various sciences, they're showing that they have made this limping child to walk. What did your religion do to this? We are holding this. You can see this parents are holding the children's hand and praying. Even though you prayed, what did your God do to you? As a scientist, as a science, we are given so much medicines. So these people are able to walk. See how these atheistic persons are trying to project religion in a bad way. I believe in higher power. There is someone who says God is nothing but a supreme entity, supreme power, who is governing, like a transformer governing, sitting there on a higher scale and governing it. Is God such a cheap one? One of the famous scientists, Stephen Hawking, he said, one cannot prove that God doesn't exist, but science makes God. He says that we cannot prove it, we cannot prove that God doesn't exist, but science makes him unnecessary. Thinking about science, how much science has progressed. We have certain limits. After that, what is existing, we are unable to see what is the length and breadth of our universe till now. What to speak of that? What is existing out of the universe? Did science give you these scientists give you any answer? No. Here once again, I will ask you one question. From where does we get the wisdom about this God? What are the sources? Can any Surya Lakshmi Mataji can answer? I cannot hear Mataji. Please unmute yourself. What do you think are the sources from where do we get the knowledge about God now?
Vedas, Upanishads, etc.
Where?
Vedas, Upanishads, etc.
Internet.
Vedas, Upanishads,
Okay, I get you. I got you. Vedas, Upanishads, these are the sources where we get the knowledge. Shailaja Mataji, can you answer? Where do we get the knowledge about, in the present day, where are we getting this knowledge from?
As he said, Prabhuji has said, we are getting through listening to many things. Vedas, most of the people, they don't know what are Vedas and what are Upanishads.
Yes.
Yes, we will be only listening through parents and through ISKCON, like many, like Sadhguru, so many people are there.
Yes.
Spiritual gurus and spiritual things from the media. People are learning that God, we are able to know who is the God.
Yes.
Because most of the people doesn't know that Bhagavad Gita also exists. I have seen some people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And so, Surya Lakshmi Mataji, can you answer? You are trying to answer something. I think it is your voice is not audible. So can you type in chat box? I am unable to hear you. Meanwhile, anybody else can answer?
From our forefathers.
I didn't get you, Mataji.
From our forefathers.
From our forefathers, yes. Abhishek Prabhu is saying Google. Haribol. Vedas and Upanishads. Sukrut is saying movies. Yes. Everybody has said it correctly. We get knowledge from Vedas, Upanishads. But as Shailaja Mataji was explaining, many people doesn't know what are the Vedas, from where Vedas are coming. Even they don't know about Bhagavad Gita existing itself. So what are the sources for them? Movies, or parents, our forefathers, or like our grandfathers who are been narrating certain stories for us. And some person is saying Google, some are movies. Sagar Prabhu is saying right Guru. Yes, all of these answers are correct. But we want to see where we are getting this modern knowledge from about what? You can see Ramayana. Ramanand Sagas Ramayana and B.R. Chopra's Mahabharata. What's called Nagarjuna from Anna. When we say about Karna or Krishna or Duryodhana, immediately for Telugu people, NTR comes into picture. These are our real source of present day, which modern people are getting this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata and devotion about God from these kind of sources. Yes, this is giving some information. This Mahabharata serial is giving some information. Ramayana has given you information about Lord Ram. But why don't we get faith from these sources? What is the problem with these sources? They are giving the same stories from the Mahabharata or from the Ramayana. Why aren't we getting this faith that as God exists or God is like this? Because after this serial is finished, they do all these kinds of nonsense on the screen. this person is doing romance with the on screen, and the person who acted as a Krishna is doing all this nonsense things. The one an elderly person who is supposed to be a role model, who is a role model describing about Krishna, and is dancing with a young girl. How can we get faith from these kind of sources? We get information, but we don't get any faith. See, here you can see at the end, there are two beautiful movies, Oh My God and PK. Oh My God was translated into Telugu as Gopala Gopala, if you don't know. These are the kind of movies which question the existence of God. They have asked more and more questions. Why one of the question asked by PK, why do you waste why do you waste milk and other fruits for abhishekam when you cannot feed it to the poor? Did it answer? Did the PK movie answer the question? Did any of the movies which came in line with answered the questions like this? They have just dumped questions, but they never answered. Do you want to know what is the answer for that? When we do an authorized temple, when we do abhishekam, power from the Lord, what comes down is the called charnamrut, milk, that fruit juices, coconut water, all those things which we put on the God, when it comes down, it becomes charanamrut. Means it has come from the Lord's lotus field and it has become amrut. This is given to the devotees who are visiting the temple. They are not throwing it outside or they are not keeping it in a museum. These are given to the devotees who are visiting the temple. This is called Charnamrut. It has touched the Lord's lotus feet. And the rose, the flowers which we used as garlands and decoration, what goes behind that? What happens after its use? It is being used for manure, for agricultural purposes. An ideal temple should be doing that. Unfortunately, there are some temples which are not following it. But there are many Vaishnava temples, there are many authorized temples which follow all these rituals. They do not waste all this milk etc. They are given back to the devotees. Do you know how many plates of prasadam being served by TTD daily? TTD serves on a regular day about 5 lakh plates of prasadam, full meals of prasadam, full course of prasadam. Anybody can go there and have a free meal. There is no difference whether you are poor or rich. Everyone can go and eat. Do you know that ISKCON is serving like this 6 lakhs of prasadam, daily prasadam, all over India? Do you know how many crores of plates ISKCON has distributed during this lockdown period? There are crores and crores. Yes, there are many people who are philanthropists also doing the same anadana. But what we as devotees, what we as a religious person, what is the difference between religious person and this philanthropist? Philanthropist only does this only to attain his name. When this person's name is not highlighted in a news channel or newspaper, he won't be doing it. Main idea is to gain a particular purpose. Philanthropist things like that. What it is to me, you can see so many actors, Bollywood heroes, who has helped many people. It should be applauded, but it is not the highest because many people. I will not say that particular person he is doing that, but many people for the sake of name. I have donated 1,000 crores. I have given 100 crores, but a religious person doesn't require those recognition because it is an act of service. A religious person will naturally give it for service as a matter of sacrifice to others. There is nothing more that nothing extra need to be taught to the religious person. Naturally he gives whatever he has. That is the beauty of when you have a God in your heart. When we make a God as our center, we will see that everyone as a God-centered person. This PK movie or any kind of particular movie in the lines of PK, who has asked so many questions, made thousands of crores, but not even single penny was given to a poor person. They didn't give you. They didn't give any poor person to any poor person. These kind of people are not asking any questions, but they are throwing their ego on us. They are pumping their ego and creating many atheists because of this atheistic. You create why not you answer at least one question in the movie? Because you don't have an answer. He only has his own ego, and he is pumping the ego. And an atheistic person sitting outside and say, "Yes, he has asked the right question, which I wanted to ask." But did you get any answer for that? Have you searched for any answer? No, we don't, because we don't want any answers for that. We know, yes, because there is an atheist sitting inside. That atheistic person is saying that, yes, this is correct. But try to find an answer for it. When you find an answer from the right source, Google is not going to give you the right source. And YouTube is not going to give you a right source. It is the right person who will give you a right source. The right guru should come. The right guru and right scripture, when it comes before you, that is the right source to understand, which we shall see in the next sessions. In the third and fourth session, we'll see scriptures and guru. From where we have to this. YouTube is not our source. From where, what is the actual source it should be taken, that we'll see in the next coming two sessions. Today's role models. We have so many role models. What are they telling about God? Many people are crazy about Shah Rukh Khan. He says that I feel very strongly about souls who are misguiding people in the name of religion. He says people are misguiding in the name of religion. He is our role model. Then what is he doing in our offspring? He's smoking cigarette. Doesn't he have a common sense to say that smoking is injurious to health? Even in the movies, you will see that there is a disclaimer: smoking is injurious to health. They say that smoking is injurious to health, but they smoke. Aren't they misguiding us? If these are the persons who are role models, aren't we get misled? You can see Kamal Hassan, what he is saying. People ask me, is yours an atheistic philosophy principle? He is giving reply. No, atheism is my tool. Humanism is my principle. These statements looks very nice. Humanism, there is humanitarianism. There is thisism, thatism. The biggest concept is now is humanism. What is, who created you? If you ask, like any person, ask him, who is that one created you? In the womb, outside, did we come as a spare parts, and our mothers and nut and bolts did they assemble us, or we came as a finished product? We are a finished product with complex organs, complex mechanisms over there. Who has created it? Did any human created it? Did a human go inside a room and created all these instruments? No. These people will not answer that because they are atheists inside. They want to give atheistic philosophy. You can say humanism. What is there any human? First of all, in the first session we have seen what are the conditions which qualifies for a human. When eating, sleeping, mating, and depending. If you are focused only on this four, we are no better than a human. We are no better than an animal. If you understand the higher principle and seek solution to the four problems, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. A person to say that when you follow the rules of Manusastra, you will become a Manu. You will be called as a Manava. Manava means human. If you follow all the rules and regulations of Manusmriti, but who are following it? So how can we say that we are humans, first of all, to give a humanism? So atheist will say that Manava Seva and Madhava Seva. Atheist will say that Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. But a devotee says that Madhava Seva, Manava Seva. If you try to water that root of a tree, there is a tree. In order to give it nice fruits and flowers, do you water to the leaves or do you water to the root? Naturally, you should water to the root or put manure to the root. Then only it will be distributed to the whole leaves and each leaf gets flourished. We are trying to water that root. That root is nothing but a God. When you have the God as a center and you see everyone as a relative of God, naturally that love of God will be directed to the love of humanity. When you direct to humanity, you cannot direct to everybody. It is impossible to serve all millions of people at one time. You cannot feed daily to them. But it is said that there is a beautiful quote from Mother Teresa. She says that there is no hunger for the stomach. The hunger existing is a hunger for the heart. People require that love. They are not seeing about the food. They are longing for love. If we can love God, we can love each and everyone. That is the real scarcity of food which we are having. That is the real hunger which we are facing now. Does knowledge of God is considered a brainwashing? Now, we can see in various news channels. These people are, these religious persons are brainwashing your child. Religion survives mainly because they brainwash the young. Whenever I meet someone over 21 who still believes in God, I assume they are uneducated. This is how the atheists are pumping their atheism and their egoism into the channel. First, without knowing what it is, without reading anything, how can you judge? How can this person judge the existence of God or non-existence of God? In order to operate a laptop or a mobile phone, I need to learn the user manual. Without that, I cannot say that this feature is not there. If you see that feature is there, but because I didn't see that user manual, I assume that it is not existing. First read and try to understand. Then you can say that yes, they are brainwashing or not. Sitting just before a screen or a media channels, they are saying that this God doesn't exist. These are white person. How can they say that? As I said, this is a problem of secularism. In the name of secularism, they have abolished all these scriptures. So introduce the scriptures. Learn from the right source. Teach our child from the scriptures. Why don't you understand? Why don't these people try to understand it? Next, today's most easily talked about topic is God. I can talk anything about God. Three drunkards sit at one point and what they talk is about the God. They don't talk about other things. Everybody is talking every nonsense about that God. Why it's happening? Because God never punishes. God doesn't punish you immediately. When you smoke, it punishes in due course of time. But God is not going to punish you. Because of this liberality, because of this tolerance, we are facing this particular situation. Everybody talks every nonsense about God. It goes in the viral in the WhatsApp, but like this, and so on, all the rumors, and we are ready to believe because God doesn't punish immediately. So today, it became a cheapest topic among all. We are giving the title Bhagavan to a politician. I have seen nearby a big hoarding where one politician is saying, my devotees are giving me, wishing me. What is it? Is it a definition for a bhakta, or is it a Bhagwan? There are many Bhagwans and sitting in outside and claiming that I am Bhagwan. We are using this word Bhagwan, Mukti, Bhakti so cheaply. It has become a cheap talk right now. These atheists are misusing those words in order to mislead us. Does humanitarian work without God? Isn't that atheism? Here, there are in Western countries, there is a big procession saying that you hug an atheist. This is the biggest parade going on earlier. Then see that this is a cartoon is one of the most popular among the atheistic society, where humanity as personified is saying that religion, you are torturing me. I thought you will protect me, but you are harassing me. Isn't it? Is religion harassing, or humans in the name of religion harassing other person? We have to think it was. See, even there is a foundation which says freedom from all religion foundation. There is a big foundation. We can all be good without God. How many Gitas should I read? How many Gitas should I read? This is Bhagavad Gita. There is some other person, Swami Raghunath. Even this person, Nityananda, is writing the Bhagavad Gita. What can we say about it? How many Bhagavad Gitas are being quoted around? All these are misrepresentations of the Bhagavad Gita. See that here, Nityananda says, no questions, only doubts. There is no question, only doubt. If you ask a person, what does it mean? It's a big concept. He is trying to explain to you something higher which we cannot understand. This is the highest concept. Only thing is doubt. What remains is only doubt. You will not get any answers from this Bhagavad Gita. These are limited. Even person like Devadut Patnaik has written his own My Gita, and you can see in Amazon, people are literally scolding him in the comments. Even that person is also writing his own Gita. Even if I can sit and write a Gita, there are many people who are going to read. But can I read Gita? I cannot write Gita. Only God can give Gita. Only Gita, which is coming from an authorized parampara, is an authorized source where we can get ultimate transformation. These cheap Gitas will not give you any transformation. When we ask general people about God, when we go and ask what do you believe, what do you understand about God? Some common responses which we get is God is love, God is light, God is nature, God is power, God is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniwhere. That one. You are God, I am God. This is one of the biggest problems. You are God, I am God. God is infinite. And also you'll get God is great. If you ask that person, how great is the God? What is his greatness? You said God is great. What is his greatness? How great is your God? How great is the God? You will not get any answer. God is great. Okay. If you ask it, let me go to Kumbh Mela, do that, go inside the river, wash out, religious, everything is finished, all the check marks are done. I want to go Kumbh Mela, I dipped there, I came out. That is sufficient for me. Is it the way God works? Is it that how cheap the God is? And one day, I'll tell you one of the real incident which happened. I went to my friend's Gurupravesham party. He has invited me. Gurupravesham was done. By the time when I went there, he was doing Satyanarayana. But you know one thing, he doesn't believe in God. I know he doesn't believe in God. He never used to come to the temple. When we used to go, he used to stand outside. He never used to come inside. We asked him to go inside. But he is doing Satyanarayana Vratam there. I was shocked why he was doing Satyanarayana Vratam. But he said I, I have purchased this flat for 50 to 70 50 lakhs with extra that loans. I have secured physically with another bank that in case of any problem, this 70 lakhs will be protected. In case if the God exists, if at all he is there, if I put 20,000 in his name, he will not demolish my house. This is the kind of answer I got. If at all God is there, I have done insurance to him also. I paid insurance to him also. If at all he doesn't exist, okay, like only 20,000 is lost, no? There is no big problem in that. So this is people even without any knowledge they are doing all those things. Even in that Satyanarayana Vratam, I do not know how Shirdi Sai Baba has come inside. We will be inviting all the Devatas, Dikpalakas, all those things. But the Shirdi Sai Baba has also come into that place. Till now I have not seen Shirdi Sai Baba in any Satyanarayana Vratam. People without any knowledge about scriptures are doing something. Is fear of God is the definition of religion today? Does God exist? So most of the time we'll get the answer is some fear of unknown. I don't know if there is some superpower sitting over there. Maybe he exists. Better don't disrespect him. By chance if he exists, he will not harm me. This is the fear. Fear of society. I said, Kula Devata, Kula Devata, Kula Deva, because he has coming from traditions. Now you have to worship it. Because of those societal pressures, are we accepting God? Just if you ask about what is, if you ask any an elder, they say, keep calm and just pray. Or if God says do it, but don't do it like this, don't change it. God wants like this, do it like that, but you will not get any answer. 99% of the theists are not 100% convinced on it. You see how the atheist has come into picture, how people have come into atheist. Earlier there used to be Brahmanas who used to worship the deity as per the rituals. Out of their own ego, one day, because of their ego has raised to certain, because I says they do not want the Chandalas or lower caste of people to enter. We have seen so many. Brahmanas has not allowed the persons to come inside. So, what will happen to the person who is sitting outside facing criticism? Better don't go to them and become. There is no God. If God is there, why he is putting his godman like this? Because God is not there. It is happening. So these people, those who are supposed to be teach and explain what is about God, they have rejected people in the name of religious rituals. These other people who are supposed to worship has become atheists. Most of the atheists are coming because of the lack of knowledge of the theist. If you lack knowledge about God, the result is an atheism. 99% of us are atheists sitting in the guise of a theist. Most of us in reality are atheists coming to be theists. Why are we hesitant to ask about God openly? Why are we hesitant to discuss about God? Do we fear declaring existence of God? Do you think we think that if there is an existence of God, we lose our independence? మన స్వతంత్రం పోతుందా God దేవుడు అంటే? Do we feel that we are, see, when we change one company to another company, it is difficult to adjust with a new boss. If we bring a God into our equation, are we thinking that this person will be a new boss to me and I follow new rules? People are generally hesitant to follow rules. If I introduce a God, they fear that there will be certain rules. That's why I reject it. Do we feel God is actually not part of my daily life? We can see everywhere. Aren't we feeling that there is a God's hand in it. So what is our situation? We have already discussed about it. Our parents and role models don't have the answers to the question relating to God. No one religion shown by media. We have seen so many religions which are in the media. With different TV channels are telecasting that. No religion will, no religion they are projecting. They live by the top. This is hypocrisy. We are working 24/7, 365 days for survival, and we don't have time for God. I don't because I am very busy. This is our current situation. When we have some time, we don't know whom to approach. Even though I have some time and inquisitiveness to learn, there are a lot of bogus gurus sitting over there who are trying to misguide us. This is the problem. Reading scripture by oneself. Didn't we face when we read this Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, we tend to get bored. It's kind of a boring thing, yeah. I don't have time. Life is to enjoy. I want to read this one. Tired of doing rituals. There are so many rituals. This God wants like this God wants like this one person like this. There are so many rituals. I'm tired of doing all those rituals. This is a problem which is driving away from God. Let me give a benefit. If at all God is there, try to take risk. Give a benefit of God, He exists. If I accept God with a name or a form, when I consider fanatic, when I think that God has a form, people will think me as a narrow-minded person. So how does God exist? Where does we get this basic question? Probably He exists for me and life. Where do we get this existence? Let us keep our faith. Okay, we are, those who are sitting over here are believing in some kind of God. We have some faith in the existence of God. Once we keep aside that faith in God and think like a logician, what will happen? See, I analyze this urge. What is urge? Urge is the fulfillment of desire, intense fulfillment of desire. So I'll ask you, is there a fulfillment for thirst? Can anyone answer? What is the fulfillment for urge to thirst? I have a urge to, I'm thirsty. How can I fulfill my thirst? Shailita Mataji, you are trying to explain.
There is no urge to no. There is no thing to get no thing that the urge has to be fulfilled, because people are very greedy these days. They want all the time. They require the wants only. They don't want anything.
But is there a natural way that God has provided to fulfill it? Forget about the greedy persons. Is there any way that I can fulfill my thirst?
Fulfillment is when you pray.
How can I quench my thirst? Ganesh Prabhuji was trying to answer. Please go ahead.
Water.
What, I didn't get you.
Water.
Water. Hari bol. Yeah, exactly. God has provided water for us. Even when we are thirsty, we naturally drink water. Do we drink liquor, anything? These are the what Shailaja Mataji was saying. People are becoming greedy. They don't have any limit for their urge. Because of that greediness, they are trying to put artificial drinks, liquor, etc. But it is naturally possible with water. Is there any fulfillment of hunger? Anita Mataji? Anita Mataji, can you answer? Is there any fulfillment for hunger?
Food.
Yes, Mataji?
Food.
Food. Hari bol. Yes, what you said is correct. Food. As a food, we require only fruits, vegetables, milk. These are sufficient. But out of our greediness, we invented meat for starters. This is only to satisfy this None. We are satisfied with food like fruits, vegetables, and this one. But we have opened slaughterhouses selling meat. These are perverted ways of thinking. Even for sex, we have natural fulfillment. When husband and wife come together in marriage, that produces an offspring. This is a natural fulfillment. Natural fulfillment. But what nonsense is going on in the media? Twisted, exploited. What kind of woman and woman, man and man, this kind of relationships, these are out of perverted ideas. These are not natural things. The natural urge to fulfill this desire is to have a nice union between husband and wife in a proper marriage. That is a fulfillment. Can you think one urge, one desire which doesn't have any fulfillment? Even when we hurt, what we call, when we hurt ourselves or somehow, we say, Amma, we shout Amma, right? We immediately pray to our mother. When you are in a difficult situation, even atheist will pray, oh God. He says just God. He doesn't take a name. But he has a urge to pray. Even urge to pray is naturally inbuilt. Whether you are an atheist or a theist, we will be, when you are in a state of distress, we will pray to the God. We will take shelter of God. Oh God, O Devuda and Papa, protect me, save me. This is a natural thing. Don't you think this urge should have a fulfillment also? Yes. Even this has a natural fulfillment. How we can see different levels of Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Some people pray to the sun god, Surya Deva, because he is giving me food. So I'll take shelter of him. Some will take shelter of Panchabhutas. Some will take shelter of Krishna or Shiva or something. They will identify that a picture and deity, and they will take shelter of the particular. Everybody will take a shelter in somewhere or other. For everyone, there is a natural fulfillment, even to her praying. So when isn't it logical to say that when there is a creation, there is a creator? Isn't it logical? When there is a designer, when there is a particular design, there should be a designer. A nice blouse is designed means there is a designer for that particular blouse or particular garment. So this is natural, this is common sense to think that when there is a particular design, there is a designer behind it. Do you see anything that is not being created? Just come suddenly. Do you see anything? No. This is a real incident happened in the life of Isaac Newton. When he was working in his laboratory, one friend had happened to come into his laboratory, and then he saw this beautiful solar system model. And when he rotated the anvil, his globes and everything was rotating perfectly, very perfectly, very intrinsically they are rotating. He was very amazed to look at it. Then he asked Newton, how did you create it? What is the process it is? Newton said, I kept these balls, all rings, everything here and forgot it overnight. When I woke up, this model has come up. This is the answer to Isaac Newton. But that the person, the other scientist, said, don't fool me, Newton. It cannot come like that. You must have done it, or you might have made it by somebody else. This nice model. Otherwise, how can it come? And Newton said, then how do you think the natural solar system has come out by chance? You are saying that this solar system which you are seeing outside has come out of a chance. Why can't this model come out of a chance? You say that this model was created by a designer, but who is the designer for the original solar system? Did the solar system model create by itself, or did Newton make it? Do you think they have created them? See, here you can see a watch on a seashore. If today I come and say to that, I found this watch on the seashore, which was created by this waves and mixed because of this sand, and this watch came out. Is it logical? No. Definitely, this watch must have been made by some Titan or Timex or some other company. It would not be coming by washing the source or by interaction with the sand material. It doesn't form like that. There must be some person who has designed it and manufactured it. Do you think the most important, most creation is our eyes? Scientists so far would say that it is 576 megapixels. Do any scientist so far created a camera like that? How precisely the person who has designed the eye precisely kept all the nerves, everything. Isn't it idea of a designer? See this one. That one of the incident happened in the Western countries where they saw that in a particular area, bats were falling down. Generally, bats will go by ultrasonic waves and they send signal and receive the signals, and that signals will be processed by bat to identify its location. But in this particular area, bats are continuously falling down. So when they analyzed, they found this beetle. The natural, what is the beauty of this beetle is, it emits counter radiation which subdues these electromagnetic waves sent by the bats. Isn't it a good philosophy? Even this is a concept which humans are presently using in the electronic warfare system. See how when we are creating such a warfare system and we see that particular scientists have done it, then who do you think have made this technology? Who has made this technology? So have did you ever see mosquitoes bumping each other? No, they are expert drivers. Even this owl has three levels of filters. Do you think the ocean is there? Lot of water is available. If this water is so pure, if it's free from salt, our entire planet's water problem will be solved. Is God such a fool that he has kept this water salty? There is a science behind it. When you put 2 cups of water, one with salt and one without a salt, the one with salt will evaporate much more faster. And salt also acts as a preservative. So this salt water, when it evaporates, it forms into a cloud and transports into a location where it is actually rain is required, and that is dropped there. Isn't it a natural science? Isn't there a scientist behind it? See, there is a design over here. There is a design called called Fibonacci number. You can see every flower everywhere, similar type of design. Even Trump's head, you can see that it's following a certain design. Hurricane is the shape of a Trump head. You can see the embryo is in the same form. There is a same design for being followed. You can see the design, common design. If there is a design, there is a designer as well. This is one of the biggest controversial flaw here. Big Bang theory. Somewhere, sometime, bomb has blasted. This creation has come. Did you ever see any bomb create a beautiful scenery, or it creates a destruction? Is there any bomb such like that? And how can we think that the big bomb has created this universe? Bomb has never created any beautiful universe. Even these scientific questions it could not answer. Is our common sense, do our common sense accept that a bomb has created all of us? Are we the product of a bomb or a blast? Did we investigate? There's a lot of bomb blast happened. Is there anything that has created a? You can see the Mumbai blast. People have inquired and arrested persons. Don't we analyze like this for a Big Bang theory, or should we directly accept Big Bang and write it in exams? Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, He is the source of all the things. When He is claiming such a statement, don't we have any inquisitiveness to know about this person? He is saying that he is the source. We should verify whether he is the source or not. Don't we try to learn about this? We are ready to accept the Big Bang, but when we are not ready to accept what God says. We have a problem accepting God as a person. Why? Because God is unlimited. We think He is unlimited. If it is a person, it is a narrow-minded, like this building. If this building, when it is crowded, it became no. It doesn't become unlimited. It has spread over. Even God is also spread in such a way that He is unlimitedly limited. We cannot comprehend that limit. It is so high. The limit is so high. Accepting a God means we are getting a new boss. We have to. He has his own dislikes and dislikes, which is an impediment for my enjoyment. I don't want to like you say that pilli kallu muslim paal dagin means cat drinks milk, seeing that nobody closes his eyes and drinks milk and says that nobody has watched me. We are rejecting God like that because we want to enjoy. We close our eyes to God and try to enjoy. So all these things will be in the 10th session of the SSR. Who is God? A law means a lawmaker. There are certain traffic laws created by law department. It doesn't come by its own. Then how does an universal law come here? Like law of gravitation, law of attraction. All these laws, where did they come? There must be a create lawmaker behind it. Is it possible to note? It is not, see, this whole life cycle, from the embryo to the death. This goes on so subtly that we cannot see it. But that doesn't mean that growth doesn't exist. There is a law behind. Law of nature is acting right from embryo to the right point of death. Most intelligent can recognize the law of creator. Even these scientists, they are so advanced scientists, they say that God exists. You can see God created the laws of physics in just the right way. So the laws of chemistry would be correct so that life can exist. Even there are scientists who believe that God exists and God is the creator. There are this is the whole equation about our universe. The right combinations of all these elements is sustaining the element. Who is governing all these elements? There should be some governor. All these scientists, you can see, Albert Einstein, they say, the more I study science, the more I believe in God. So these are some of the scientists who believe in God. They are inspired from God. They are inspired from the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, or like Oppenheimer. They are all inspired, and God is knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita. These are scientists who believe. There are certain laws: law of vibration, law of relativity, law of cause and effect, law of polarity, law of gestation. These are certain laws which are existing. 95% Americans believe that God exists. 68% scientists believe that there is no conflict between science and religion. Material nature and laws of work under the earth. All this nature are working under his own. Mother Durga is being governed by Krishna. Under his guidance, Mother Durga is governing the whole universe. So, what is the definition of God? What is the definition of God? So, science wants definition, right? So, definition of God. See, if you put our rationality, so it is natural to think that why God has created a small tree for a big fruit, like a watermelon, a big nut, small nut for a big tree. So when the person was asking, when he was sleeping under a tree, a nut fall from that. Then he could realize why God is. There is a particular reason why God creates a particular thing. They get misguided declaring anyone. We'll declare anyone. Any Tadiwala comes, any person who says, I am God, we are ready to believe. But we are not understanding what it is. In the present day, according to me has become a problem. I give my own definitions of God on how I realize. నేను ఎలాగా ఊహిస్తానో అలాంటి definition ఇస్తాను. But definition doesn't change. This we have already seen. So definition given by God, the definition of God given scripture. He is the source of everything. He is the source of our home, our society, our planet, our universe, our galaxies. He is the source of the source, Mooladhara. He said, he is the ultimate source of all. He said, Ishvara, Paramakrishna, Satchitananda, Vigraha, Sarva, Anadi, Raya, Govinda, Sarva Karana. He is the Krishna is the all cause of causes. He must be the supreme controller of everything. He is president control of this whole thing. He doesn't have any control over some things. There is a Bhagwan sitting that he can control everything. He is a Bhagwan, but he cannot stop his own death. So he should be the proprietor for everything. He should be the owner. See, when government comes and asks this land for expansion, we are bound to give it. Government is owning this particular area. When they want to have expansion, you have to give your home as well. Can anybody claim that he is a proprietor of everything? Even we are not proprietor of our own body. What to speak of what country or what anything? We are not proprietor. We cannot stop our death. He must be the supreme enjoyer. God doesn't mean he works. He works. He is the enjoyer. I am not the enjoyer. He is the enjoyer. One who is the supreme enjoyer, he can be called as a God. You can see in a particular shop, the owner of the shop will have the claim for the whole money, not the assistant who is working under it. The owner of the company is the enjoyer of the company. Like that, God is the enjoyer of whole universe. Universe for the all universe, he is the enjoyer. Cheapest definition given to God is generator, organizer, and destroyer. That is the cheapest. God doesn't need to work. He employs certain persons who can work on his behalf. It is not by his duty to work. So what is the proof of enjoyment? If he is an enjoyer, he must be the proprietor. If he is a proprietor, he should be a controller. If he is a controller, he must be a creator. In order to be a creator, he should be the cause of all. This is the sequence. Srila Prabhupada said, anyone who is claiming God without following all these rules, he is not a God, he is a dog. Prabhupada boldly says it. If anybody claims that he is a God and not fulfilling all these conditions, he is a dog. Just put some test for him. Ask him to lift Govardhan mountain. But ask the person who is claiming as a God to ask him to lift a Govardhan on a little finger. It is not possible. So, okay, it's the toughest stuff. Next, reduce. Ask him to control 10 monkeys and make them understand. It is impossible. At least ask him to eat 100 varieties of items offered by different villages. One small thing. Ask him to drink 1 liter of water and not go to the washroom for 24 hours. Ask him to do this. If he is not able to control his own tendency, then how can he is a God? So here we have completed the session on God. If there is any questions at this point of time, we can take it up. Ganesh Prabhuji, do you have any questions?
No, Prabhuji, I am clarified.
Anita Mataji?
No question.
So, if anybody has any doubts, please don't hesitate to ask in the group, or you can ping me up in my WhatsApp number. I am ready to answer you. If I don't have any answer, I will let you know. I will that your answers are clear. One thing every time I repeat is questions are never done. Only answers can be done. Please don't hesitate to ask any question. I know that at the last we are in order to save time. I went very fast. Plus, please go through this video once, and if you get any doubt, please ask me. So we will close this session with a Narasimha Pranama. So I will do Pranama here. You also repeat up in your.
There is one question.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, okay, I mean, in general, there's a question that we usually get.
Yes, yes.
That is, so there will be some people who say that they are like normal human beings, but they do have their own powers, but they cannot portray it.
They cannot portray it. No. Yes.
They say that I cannot portray it in front of you.
Yes.
So how do we understand this? Like, are they God? What is that?
There are some people who say, as you said, they won't claim themselves as God, but there are rules and rules that there are certain symbols for God. On his foot, there are certain symbols which are given in the Shastras. So Shastric Brahma, God doesn't come over and say that I am God. The Shastras the incarnations of God are described well at once in the Shastras. Like we see Kalki Puran, where the advancement of Kalki is divine. If I say that I am a Kalki now, isn't it violating my Shastric rules? I cannot claim that I am a Kalki. There is a prescribed time and circumstances when Kalki has to be appeared. But people now they are even changing their names and their relative names to suit that one. But Kalki has to be coming at 4,27,000 years back. So what is the thing is where you have there is a guru. Guru has to say that who is God. Shastra should also confirm that he has a God. And sadhu will be sadhu means other bona fide religion. There are certain sampradayas which will come in the later stages. Even they have to accept that particular thing as a god. When all these guru, shastra, sadhu are unanimously accepting the particular incarnation as a god, then only we can say this is a god. He may not be able to execute. For the sake of followers, he will not show his mystical powers. These people will claim, show the Shastric evidence that he is a god. Did I answer your question, Prabhuji?
Thank you, it answers. So, in summary, it is the Shastric conclusions should conclude that a particular personality is God or not.
Yes. Even in the Shastra, it is explained that God has a lotus flower, a conch shell under his feet. So, if he is claiming as a god, lift up his feet and see whether the symbols are there or not. Whether symbols are there or not. It's a simple proof. Check whether it is God or not. I have shown you the examples. Ask him to control his urine, pass urine, whether he is able to control it or not. These are some specific, but when it comes to a serious mode of inquiry, Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu must be unanimously agreeing. Not that I can claim who anybody as God.
Thank
Who
you.
is God and how to identify him? We'll see in details in the 10th session. Religion or tribe, one God or multiple gods. Did I answer your question, Prabhuji?
Yes, it is.
Yes, Sukrut Babu is also asking. Some people say we came from monkeys like Darwin theory. Darwin theory also says that we have evolved from monkey. How many of you believe that your ancestor is a monkey? Your grandfather is a monkey. Grandfather's grandfather is a monkey. How many of you are ready to accept? Nobody is right. Even Darwin said that even though I have given some links, there is a missing link in there. Even scientists have given, in recent days, scientists also said that Darwin theory is a bogus theory. Then they eliminated it from our school syllabus. Unfortunately, we have educated ourselves in Darwin theory. We are giving it to others. Even scientists have ruled out this Darwin theory. We are never coming from monkey. Did I answer your question, Sukrit Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
So, is there any more questions or?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes,
One question. God has created us, right?
Yes.
So why this karma is haunting us from janmas to janmas?
Yes.
Manthra.
You have said that there was some karma. That the law of karma will be seen in detail. Who is responsible for that karma? In this next 7th and 8th session, we have two sessions on that law of karma. One we will see why do bad things happen to good people. This is a natural question. Why I'm good, but bad is happening to me? What have I done? People generally say that your karma, because it's of your bad karma or karma. Is God is creating the karma or we are creating karma? Is there any way that I can remove my karma? These things we'll elaborately see in 7th and 8th session. That why do bad things happen to good people, and God's destiny, versus free will, and God's mercy. And we'll elaborately see in that session.
People say that people who believe in God and pray God will undergo lots of sufferings rather than people who do not pray God. That is the thing many people ask me.
Yes, Mataji. Recently I have heard in this material world, I got one senior Prabhuji was explaining that in the same question. Pain is inevitable in this material world. Everybody has to undergo some kind of pain. But suffering is optional. This pain is coming, but how I react to the pain is optional. Am I running here and there, or am I believing in some higher power and gaining confidence? How am I responding to that pain? Is suffering. But suffering, do I need to suffer? It doesn't. It is an optional thing. A materialistic person may think he is suffering, but devotee, though he is there is a pain, he is not suffering. You can see in a live example in ISKCON, His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj. How painful situation it is, but he is very joyfully preaching here and everywhere. You have to know him. If it was a normal person, he would be dead by now. This is one of the answers. The same question was posted by another devotee recently, and I happened to listen that pain. One thing is, pain is inevitable in this material world. We cannot eliminate pain, but we can eliminate the suffering. There is no devotee won't suffer. Externally, he may look like a painful situation, but internally, he is not suffering. But a materialist will be suffering. Did I answer your question, Mataji?
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
So for now, it is because there are other people who need to be elevated to the law of karma. I have to limit to this answer only. But when we see what is actually the law of karma in the 7th and 8th session, it will be very much clear.
Because I have attended many sessions in ISKCON habits since 3-4 years.
Yes,
so none of the preachers have given me the proper means the answer of this.
Yes.
So, and in our group, somebody was posting, is it a premature thing? I'm a devotee since long time.
Yes.
So I've been chanting since long time and following all the ISKCON.
All the regulative principles.
Yes. So, but none of the preachers have given me the proper answer. In fact, I have posted the same question to Sri Gaur Gopal Das on YouTube.
Yes. But all these senior Vaishnavas who are saying that one thing, pain is inevitable in this material nature. You are bound to be, situations are painful. But a devotee doesn't undergo suffering, a normal person undergoes suffering. Even though those who are devotee, I also undergo certain painful situations.
Yeah, that I have experienced recently.
Yes, sir. That more in more detail we will be seeing in the 7th and 8th session.
Yeah. Thank you so
That I will
much.
be clarifying you that I have noted always. I
Yeah.
will be clarifying you in the 7th and 8th session.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. So shall we? Is there any more doubts? Sagar Prabhuji, I think it is very premature to ask question. As you attend more of the course at the end, okay, yes. As we get more and more, but when we ask questions, we'll become more and more mature. And because we are immature, we'll ask questions. The way we progress in the spiritual life is through questions, question and answer sessions. More than this knowledge, the condensed information will come in the question and answer format. So asking questions is not a premature thing or anything. You need to ask questions because we are not trained from the earlier days to ask questions. We are unable to ask certain questions. Though it is existing in our mind, we are hesitant to ask. Please ask. Please ask whatever a question you can ask. It is not. There is no prematurity in it. So I'll end this session with a Hashima Pranama.
Yes.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahaladaladarini Hiranyakasipurvakshah Nilakantanalayini Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Yeto Yami Tato Narasimha Narasimho Jaye Narasimho Narasimham Harim Sharanam Prapate Tavakara Kamalavare Naha Adbhuta Sindha Salita Hiranyakasipo Kesavadrita Hari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Tavakara Kamalavare Naha Adbhuta Sindha Dalita Vinakasipu Sarubhikra Kesavadrita Narahirupa Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Jagadita Hare Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णु पद परमहंस परिवाराचार्य अष्टोत्तर डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय जय ओम विष्णु पद परमहंस परिवाराचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि प्रभु भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय मथुरा धाम की जय नवदीप धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्त देवी की जय संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, all glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. Please attend to our next lecture on scriptures. We'll see in detail about whether the scriptures are word of God, is it not man-made, how can I believe in the scriptures, what is the scriptures revealing to us. Please do join us in next Sunday at the same time.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna Dikshit Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
for attending. Hare Krishna Suraj Mataji. Thank you for attending. Hare Krishna Ganesh Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Anita Mataji for attending.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you Padmavati Mataji for attending. Hare Krishna Sagar Prabhuji for attending. Hare Krishna Sarasija Mataji for listening. Hare Krishna Sukrut Prabhu Kalyani Mataji. Hare Krishna Maptika Mataji and Jagannath Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Abhishek Prabhuji.